the present geopolitical world context, where issues of equality and human rights are increasingly challenged, and international law is called into question, for the Academy to recognise this kind of work as significant is also a signal to others that their work is also, in a sense, being recognised indirectly. And I think that's important, and I'm pleased to be in some sense, a representation or a representative of the type of work that others are doing in the field. It's an enormous honour to have this wonderful prize, and I'm conscious of that honour. And of course, for one's family also, it means that they're getting something back after being tolerant for many, many years. So I'm delighted that my wife's here tonight, and my family have been involved as well. More sort of long-term, personal recognition is also a recognition of the institutions in which I've been involved for many years, whether that's Queen's, University of Belfast, or Yale, where I was a graduate student, or University of Michigan, and Oxford, where I spent much of my career. All of those help to form one's understanding of the world and stimulate one to produce a degree of excellence, and also provide the occasion for significant challenge, and that's all part of the academic endeavour. So I think the recognition that the medal gives is a recognition also of all of the friends, colleagues, peers, students that contribute to the formation of your academic research and your scholarly ambitions.